So anyway, guys, so what I want to talk about is if you have too much coffee to drink, for example, you realize that yes, you're going to get some energy from it, and then eventually what's going to happen is you're going to feel fatigue eventually after that. And then you have to realize that it's more how coffee makes you fatigue in the long term. Just like with any kind of drug in the planet, you have to realize doing drugs is something that doesn't fulfill you. And it's always going to be there in terms of out there in the world, you understand? But you have to every single day understand that there's so much to do in life that you don't have to do drugs to live a great life. So whether you're doing something to help yourself to grow or whatever you're doing in life to help yourself to succeed, you have to understand that there's always a way to communicate and to grow as an individual. And now you have to realize that when you put your feelings into perspective, then you'll speak words and you'll understand what you're on about and where you are going in life. And now there's always a way to help yourself to grow, and there's always a way to do something profound in your life where you need to speak words, where you need to do something to help yourself to succeed. And then you have to realize that when you go out and speak words with people, you have to realize many people are not going to understand you really. Do you know why? Because they don't want to understand you. You understand? They want some ideas from you. They want to be able to grow with you and everything. But you have to realize to some point they will not understand you. To some point. And you have to realize that if you try to help them to understand you, they may have a problem with it. And now, people who have a problem with you communicating to them in any kind of way, you have to realize that these people are blocking themselves from an authentic life because they're trying to block information from their own life so that they can either see a new perspective or try to talk differently. But the thing is, you have to realize there's always a way to help yourself to grow into the person that you need to be. And when you speak into people everything that you can speak about, you find yourself in a better place. Do you know why? Because when you're talking about random things about life, things start to open up because the things that open up for you are words, but it's something that you can only understand. There's only a way to understand life when you are speaking words. And when you're speaking lots of words every single day, you'll find yourself much more in a better state of mind. So you have to understand, you have to always live your life to the fullest as much as possible. But being able to always go through everything that you can go through in a positive direction, but understanding that you have to always live your life in a way that is in accordance to something that you speak about. And when you speak about things in a certain direction, when you understand what you are on about and what you're talking about, you realize that there's so much energy that you can enthusiastically be able to deliver upon whatever you're saying, that you can actually go whatever direction you want to go in. And now you have to realize, for example, those people who want to create events around people or who want to do something around people to make money, to have a great lifestyle, to have everything they ever want. I realize first it starts with you. I realize if you're willing to understand more about life, then you have to be willing to do more for yourself. There's always more to do every single day, and understanding what you are talking about is the first step. So you have to understand that you have to be able to know your craft in a way that you have to know what you're talking about. But the thing is, you must never know what you talk about so that you can know. You understand? So, for example, I don't know what I'm talking about right now, but I have a clue. And that's all I'm saying. You always have to have a clue about life and about where you're going in life and what you want to do. But there's always a positive direction in life, and you have to be able to go through with that positive direction. But understanding that, that people are, everyone's going their own direction. And people are going their own directions because you have to realize that's life. I realize life happens for everybody. And those people who understand much more about life are the ones that are doing the information. So you need to do a lot of information today to be able to really understand exactly how you're going to live life. But there's a lot to do every single day. And there's a lot to say, and there's a lot to go through in terms of information. But if you don't feel good, then it's because of how you feel in the moment. And you have to realize that those people who don't feel good about themselves are either sick or they have to feel much better about themselves. So what they need to do is they have to practice something that they are good at. And you have to practice things in life just for something that you can actually do. Yes, and you have to every single day do something that you can do, but understanding that no matter what, that life is here to embrace. You have to embrace life. You have to embrace yourself. You have to embrace people. But you have to lead yourself on a journey. You have to go on a journey of discovery and understanding that there's so much happening in life that you can always talk about it. You can talk about anything these days. Yes, and talk about the clouds, talk about small details of life. Look at the small details of everything in life and see what you can say about it. Say whatever you can about every kind of situation in the planet that you can find yourself in. Because your imagination is always running wild. And you have to put your imagination into words. You have to put your imagination into perspective. And you have to make something come true for yourself. So when you start making life come true for you, then you start to open up as a human being. You start to open up this beautiful way of life. Because life is a beautiful thing. And when you understand life is a beautiful thing, then you become a beautiful person as well. So if you look at the beautiful aspects of life and you speak words about it, then you understand more about it. And those people who speak words are the most powerful people of the planet. So you have to understand that if you really want to grow yourself as an individual, you have to look for ways to improve. You have to look for ways to grow. You have to look for ways to do much better for yourself. And that's the whole point of living. Living in the moment. Understanding what you need to do. Understanding how you practice your craft. It's everything. But you have to always understand more about life. There's always more to understand. There's always more to do. There's always more to say. There's always more to express in life. I understand how many people are going around having sex with people. Some people are alone. Some people don't have anybody. Some people are lonely. I realize everyone's going their own path. And you have to realize it's all for the common good. So never feel down on yourself for anything. You understand? Never feel down that you didn't get sex today or that your wife or husband didn't give you sex. You understand? You have to realize life is more than that. You understand? Life is more than just pleasure. You understand? You have to realize there's so much more that you can do every single day. But you have to find the strength inside of you. You understand? And I realize how many people believe in me in life. And you have to realize that everyone's trying to help me. Everyone's trying to do something for me. Everyone's trying to give me ideas. I'm trying to pick up these ideas. I'm trying to give the ideas again. I realize that when you are talking so much words, you find yourself in amazing places. And where are those places? I realize those places are everywhere in your words. Because that's the only way to travel today. The only way to really travel anywhere is to do something profound with yourself, where you're coaching. You're coaching. You're not just coaching yourself, you're coaching other people. You're holding people accountable. You're holding yourself accountable. You get paid for your work. And you have to realize you have to keep working. You have to keep working at everything you're doing. Because you just never know when you're going to be in front of people and when you're going to speak words. Because when that day comes, you have to be ready. You have to be ready for it. So the only way to be ready for anything in life is to speak lots of words about it. And when you speak lots of words about everything, you start opening up new channels of communication. And because you open up new channels of communication, you start understanding your craft. You start understanding all the leadership traits and everything that you can do around leadership and around learning, around being the best version of yourself, understanding, common sense. Just thinking about all the scenarios of the world and then making sure you become more of everything that you can become. Because the point of life is to understand. And when you understand lots of things about life, then you have more certainty in yourself that you understand something in a way that you can help people with that information. But there's so much information going around in the world, and you have to pick out your own information. And when you pick out your own information about life, it's the information that comes out of your mouth, your words. The words that come out of your mouth is the best information for you. And it's the best information that makes you who you are. So if you want to understand how to live a great life, or if you want to understand how to do better for yourself, then you have to start somewhere. You have to start really doing something today that's going to help your life to succeed, and that's going to manifest things for you in a great way. And you have to understand, every single day you do better for yourself, there's always more. And you have to always give yourself more. You have to be able to always look at the things that are happening for you right now, and you have to be grateful for that. So, for example, in my life, I'm grateful my dad's still alive. I'm grateful my mum's still alive. I'm grateful that I'm working. I'm grateful that I'm doing something around my passion. I'm grateful for the mindset I have today. Because even with my flaws, I understand something, that I'm not perfect, but I have a better life today than I ever have before. I have something much better today than I ever did before. So there's always something to be grateful for, and there's always something to really understand in your life about what you want to do with your life and what you want to say and do. So you have to realize there's always something that you can say that can help other people to grow. And now you have to realize that if you're not willing to help everything grow, then you're not willing to live life to the fullest. You have to be willing to come alive. Come alive today. Come into the person that you need to be. Come into the person that you need to be. You have to be becoming that individual every day. You have to look inside of yourself. You have to look inside of yourself, and you have to understand something about yourself. You have to really love yourself in a way that you've never loved yourself before. Because the world is inside of you. And what you understand about life is everything. So you have to understand that if there's anywhere to go and live, it's inside of you right now. And if you understand your imagination and what your imagination can do, then you can use your imagination to help people. And you can use everything about you to help people. But you have to find something to do. You have to find your imagination. And you have to go with your imagination. Go where your imagination goes. Go where the ideas are. Always look for ideas. Look for as many ideas as possible. And once you find the ideas, make up your own information about it. Perceive something that you're reading in a way that you talk about it. Because if you're not talking about it, then you're not really living. So you have to realize there's so much to talk about in daily life. There's so much to say, there's so much to do every single day. And you have to be willing to do more for yourself. Because when you do so much for yourself every single day, things start to pay off. It pays off to understand. It pays off to give something to someone. It pays off to be better than yesterday. So if you are really understanding anything about this audio program, is about everything I've been saying is an attitude. You know, so it's about cultivating this attitude in mind where you can deliver something, where you can give something, where you can understand something. And now you have to realize that no matter how many people listen to this audio program, I understand that it's just something in my path that I have to do. I have to do this information. And the only way I can do it is by giving it to you. And how do I give it to you? I just speak words. I speak words and it comes out, doesn't it? So you have to realize that before the audio program even came into existence, you can already imagine what I've said in this audio program to help people. But the thing is, you have to realize that there's so much more that I can do in my life. There's so much more that I have to open up for myself. But I realize it's all about practice. It's all about understanding exactly what you're talking about and understanding where you want to go with your life. So if you understand how to speak to a crowd of people, then you're already one step closer to success. Because you have to realize that sooner or later, I'm going to have to stand up in front of people. Because you have to realize that I don't want to live on a pension later on in life. So I'm going to have to do whatever it takes to make events around people and make some money. And now I realize that there's so much time for everything. You understand? Whether I'm working or not, I realize I'm always working. But you have to realize, no matter if you're working 9 to 5 or not working 9 to 5 right now, you have to realize you have to do something with your life that is beyond the 9 to 5. You understand? You have to make a business for yourself. And now I realize my business on social media and everything I've been doing on social media, for example, I realize it's all been shits and giggles. You understand? And why is it been shits and giggles? Because you have to realize that people on social media don't take me seriously. You understand? I realize it's more how they're not going to come into my life to give me everything. You understand? And you have to realize also, the thing is that all the likes I get on social media, all the shares and everything as subscribers, I realize that's a reflection of them and not me. You understand? I realize everything those people are giving me online is it's a reflection of those people. It's a reflection of humanity, and it's not a reflection of me. Because the thing is that, yes, I'm a human as well. But you have to realize something, that when people don't go out liking your stuff and they don't go out sharing you around and stuff, then it's a reflection of them and not you. And now, if you're doing your role in the world and you're doing something to help people, then stick to that. And if they don't want help, you don't force them at all. You don't force them to help them. You understand? I realize my words go long ways in life. And there's so much words that I can speak about in life to be able to form a perspective or a greater picture. I have to form a greater picture about everything. And that's why I talk a lot in my life. Who do I talk to? I talk to myself. I realize I talk to myself more than I talk to other people. I'm used to that. But the thing is, you have to realize that I'd rather talk to myself than anybody else. Do you know why? Because with me, I understand what I'm talking about. But when I talk to other people, I realize some people don't want to listen. You understand? Some people listen, some people don't want to listen. And then you have to realize, that's why with myself, especially, I'm always listening. I'm always listening to myself. I'm listening to my needs. I'm listening to what I need out of my life. And I'm trying to give something for myself. I'm trying to help myself in some kind of way, to express myself, to find a direction, to find something that I can do so that I can help myself to succeed. And now this is the good thing about me, that if I ever had kids in my life, I'm always doing my life coaching content in my life. I'm always doing my music production in my life. I'm always going to be doing this stuff. I'm always going to be doing music production and life coaching in my life. So, if there's anything that my kids are going to learn, it's just that. It's just life coaching and also music production. And then I build their mindset. I build a lot of ideas in them. I give them lots of ideas. I give heaps of ideas to people anyway. But you have to realize, because I give so many ideas, I give it to myself first. I give everything that I give to other people, I give that to myself first. I pay myself first that way. And because I pay myself first, I have more coming in my life. So sometimes you have to have a moment to pause, just to breathe, just to relax, just to be with yourself and to understand exactly what you need about life. But there's so much more to say and there's so much more to do. So what better way than to recognize you? Guess what? You have to recognize yourself. You have to recognize who you are. You have to recognize the person that you became in life. You have to recognize every inch of you and every flaw that you have. You have to talk about it. You have to talk about yourself. You have to talk about your eyes. You have to talk about your hair, your skin, your body. You have to talk about your life. Talk about it. And how do you talk about it? You just open up your journal. Have a journal in life. Open up a journal. Talk all day long about yourself and what you want to do in life and how you want to become a better person and how you want to help people. And just keep writing about it. And the more you write, the more opens up for you. The same way I'm writing this audio program. I'm writing this because I want to open up. I want to open up into the individual that I need to be. And and when I do an audio program, it helps me become somebody that I need to become. It helps me speak much better. I start understanding exactly who I need to be. But that's the thing about me. I realize recently I haven't been doing much video programs, but I've been doing audio programs instead. And now I don't mind, to be honest. But the thing is that I would also like to be on camera. I'd like to coach people on camera while I'm on camera and stuff. And now you have to realize that I've also been fortunate enough to have a social media, to be able to post things on social media. But I've also been unfortunate not to have many followers on social media. And now the thing is that you have to realize something. All this social media stuff in terms of following, that's going away. You have to realize that the thing is that it's all coming back around. You understand? Somehow you have to do a lot of work in the planet. And eventually things start to pay off. You have to believe in that. You have to believe that somehow, somewhere in life, people are going to get the message. That somehow somebody's going to hear you out. That someone out there is going to change their life because of you. And now if I change one person's life for the better, then I've impacted this whole world. In a sense, so you have to realize that's why I'm trying to change me. I'm trying to change me to become a better person. I have to change my ways. I have to change my habits. I have to change what I talk about. And I have to look for new ideas. I have to look for new perspectives. I have to look for new ways of thinking, new ways of saying something, new sequences I have to talk out. I have to talk in an original fashion, understanding that I understand where I'm going. I understand exactly how I'm becoming in my life and how good I am right now. I can see how good I am. I realize I have all the time in the world to be able to express myself in front of people. I understand how much progress there is to do every single day. I understand how much you need to do in life to just become a better person. But that's why I'm understanding what I do. I realize it's not for nothing. I don't do this for nothing. I do it for something. I do it because it helps me first. I first help myself with this information, and then I give it to other people. Not that anyone's listening, except for me. You have to realize, although you might be listening to me, you understand? I don't know in what time or space you're listening to this, but it's on the internet. Maybe nobody's listening to this audio program except for me. But hey, I'm trying to help. I'm trying to give it to people. I'm trying to expand through it. You understand? And the thing is that when I talk about something in a different way, I always start speaking differently in the future. But the future comes now. So everything that you are wanting to be is this moment now. You want to live in the moment. That's all you want to do. So you're trying to find ways to grow yourself in the moment. And you have to realize that many people are going 9-to-5 job and they're not documenting anything down. They're not writing in their journals. They're not on social media trying to post content on social media. And they're watching TV and they're just with family. But that's their life. You understand? And the thing is that those people are going to be on a pension very soon. And you don't want to live on a pension. Because living on a pension is not much money. I don't want you being on a pension. So you have to realize you have to step up now. You have to start stepping up. You have to be a public speaker. You are chosen to be a public speaker. I choose you. And now, some people don't want to be a public speaker. But here's some reasons for why you must be a public speaker. And now, when you become a public speaker, you're going to have more riches. You're going to have more perspective. You're going to have more wisdom. You're going to have more confidence. You're going to understand exactly what you're saying. You're going to be in front of people. You're going to be traveling the world. You're going to be doing everything you ever wanted to do in your life. And you're going to be giving lots of information. Don't you want to do that in your life? Don't you want to have so much life in you? You have to realize the thing is that public speaking isn't for everyone. I understand. Many people are afraid to public speak in front of people. Many people don't know what to talk about. You understand? That's why I'm understanding exactly what I talk about. That's why I'm understanding I can talk about this audio program to people at my seminars. This is just practice for me. This is all practice. This is how I hit the tennis ball. So picture a tennis player hitting a ball 50,000 times. Backhand, 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 hitting the ball over the net. That's the same way as me practicing my audio program here. I'm practicing for something. I'm preparing for something that's coming into my life. And now you have to realize that I always have to do better, of course. I always have to do more work. I have to always understand there's always more to talk about. But I realize every single day I do more for myself, the better I am. The better I see life, the better I understand exactly where I want to go in my life. And I realize how people listen and stuff. I realize it's all good. I realize how funny it is. I realize although you have to realize, understand something about life. I realize people are really listening. You understand? And you have to realize although I listen the most in my life and I understand exactly how I'm going about things, but there's a way, apparently there is a way to live life. There is a way to live life much better. You just have to dig into the knowledge. I realize this is a form of reading. You understand? It's a form of doing something with your life. And when you do something like this, in terms of what I'm doing with you, then you open up worlds for yourself. You open up everything there is to open up. You just have to open it. You have to open up this path for yourself. You have to open up a new perspective, new ways of thinking, new ways of saying something in a different way. And when you stick to always understanding more and always learning, growing yourself as a person, understanding what you need to do about your life, understanding how you need to grow as a human, and how you need to grow into that individual that you need to be. You understand? That's what it's all about. I realize many people are not doing what I'm doing. I realize many people don't have a voice. Many people don't know even what to say in an audio program. But the thing is, you have to realize that's why they're lost. These people are lost. They don't know what they're doing. They rather work a 9-to-5 job for somebody else all their life in the economy today, which is catastrophe. You have to realize economy today in the world is always going up in price. Real estate's going up in price. Let's say a real estate apartment in Australia costs $300,000 now. In about 10 years' time, that same apartment is going to be $400,000. You understand? In 10 years' time. You have to realize price of living is going really up and people are not getting paid for what they're worth. You understand? Do you know why? Because they don't have much value. And now, of course, everyone has value. You understand? But the thing is, you have to understand, you have to create so much value in the planet. You have to create heaps of value. And I don't see myself working 9-to-5 all my life. I definitely don't want to do that. I may work just for the time being 9-to-5, just to be able to start my career, just to be able to go in front of people, start speaking as much as possible, earning a reputation, putting my money where my mouth is. You understand? Having a business card, giving it to people, having a business number, going everything by tax. You understand? Being a loyal citizen, being someone who understands how to help people. You understand? And you have to realize that there's so much going on in life. There's so much that you can talk about. But you have to be willing to find that essence that you have. And you have to be willing to give it in words. And the more you give everything in words, the better you become in all areas of life. You become that version of yourself that you need to be. You become the best version of yourself. And I realize everyone's on their own path in their best version. Some people are not willing to exercise. You understand? I realize how it is in life. I understand in my life as well how much I'm willing to exercise. You understand? I realize, do I exercise? I do exercise, but I don't force myself to exercise. You understand? At the moment. You have to realize that the thing is that you have to be constantly going for it. You understand? You have to be constantly helping yourself in some kind of way. And the more you help yourself to grow, the more you unlock something inside of yourself. You unlock this beautiful potential that you have. And everyone's got a beautiful potential. But it's just who's willing to speak more words than everyone else. See, I'm willing to speak lots of words in this planet. Because the thing is that that's where my passion is. Even if I don't get hurt by people. I realize the thing is that I hear myself. That's enough for me. It's enough that I hear myself, that I understand exactly what I'm talking about. I give it online, and eventually, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to make something come true. Because I definitely don't want to work a 9-to-5 job all my life. And I definitely don't want to be on a pension. You understand? And you have to realize, I understand how it goes, but you have to realize every single day, outgrow yourself. Outgrow the person you are. Do things for yourself that you would have other things do for you. You understand? Make sure you understand that if you do something for yourself, do it for other people too. The more you do for yourself and other people, the more it comes back around. And now, I'm not saying to get used by people. I realize some people are always out there to use you. You understand? You have to realize you have to be careful who you surround yourself with. Only be around people who are giving you lots of value. When you're around people who are giving you lots of value every single day, you can find these people on the internet. I hang around with these people. I'm always reading from these people online because they're always giving me value. They're always giving me something of information. I realize my friends from the past, you have to realize many of them are gone their own directions, but I promise you, they're lost. I promise you, these people are lost. And now, some people have found the way that they want to go. But you have to realize that other people don't know what they want out of life. And I realize it's much more how when I look at myself and them, I realize I'm not any better than them. I'm not any worse than them. But I realize I'm doing more than them. I'm doing much more information work. I'm doing heaps more work in terms of information for my own life so that I can succeed. And then I give it to these people, but they don't want to listen. You understand? I realize, although, the ideas are there. It's just who wants to pick up the information and go with it? Who wants to study from Danny Milivojevic? Yes, I'm just 31 years of age, but you can see how I talk. You can see I have a path that I'm going on. I have something that I'm doing in my life. Yes, it's a coaching program. Yes, it helps people. And you have to realize that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's all about helping people in some kind of way. Understanding the direction that you want to go in and going along with it. And then when you open up to a new way of life, then things start to happen. You know, so you have to realize that you have to prepare for it. You know, so you have to prepare for what's to come in life. Because you don't know if you're going to be alive tomorrow. You understand? You don't know if you're going to live today. You have to live anyway. You have to prepare for everything. Prepare for the worst. Prepare for the best. Prepare for what is. You understand? But you have to master something. The only thing you can master today is information. You understand? Information is the only thing that's something that you're passionate about. The only thing you're passionate about today is information. You understand that? So why not use information to help other people? How do you do that? You public speak. You public speak your information to people. It seems very simple, it doesn't. Just speak words to them. Speak words. You'll find your way. But many people are not willing to do that. Do you understand? Because they're either lost, they don't know what they're doing, they don't know what to say. You understand? I don't know what to say either. At the beginning of this audio program, I didn't know what to say to you. But I said it anyway. I said something. I found a way, didn't I? For 47 minutes of this audio program, I've been speaking words. I didn't know that I was going to speak these words today. Did I wait to speak it? No. I just spoke it. I spoke something. I found it in my feelings. I found my perspective. I found what I want to do with my life. And then I keep going. I keep speaking because there's always something to talk about. That's why every single day you have to always talk. Talk a lot. The more you talk, the better for you. There's always more to give. There's always more to say. And the more ideas you give in the planet, the better it opens up for you. You have to realize how it goes. That when you are living life to the fullest, that you're always going to be your best version. You're going to be growing yourself in the best kind of way. And you're going to find your direction in what you're saying. So every single day, always open up. Open up with yourself and other people. Open up as much as possible. Open up information in your life. When you open up so much information in your life, you start growing from it. You start doing something with it. You start helping yourself to succumb to a better way of life. And the more you understand how to do that for yourself, the better you understand more about life. There's so much information out there in the world that you have to understand. But the best way to understand all information is to speak it first. When you start speaking lots of information into the world, then you have a better idea about everything. Many people read and they do nothing with the information. You understand? I have people following me on Instagram, and they're reading my quotes, but realize something. They're not doing nothing with the information. You understand? They're doing nothing with that information. You know why? Because they're not documenting things in their life. They're not documenting their life. They're just reading for fun. They're reading for entertainment. And now, of course, what they read is going to help them in some kind of way, of course. But the thing is that, yes, they're trying to help themselves, but they're not going quickly enough. You have to be very quick about everything. The same way I've been quick in this audio program. I've been speaking heaps of words. You understand? Making sure that my life is going to be successful. You understand? Because I've got something to talk about. I have a life. I have something that I want to give of myself, that I want to speak into the world. And you have to realize there's always more to give. There's always more to do in your life. And the more you do, the better you become, as a version of yourself that's much greater. And then you understand much more about what it's about. Because when you understand to be your best version, to speak everything into the world, don't be afraid to speak words. You understand? Don't be afraid to speak something that you might think is shameful, or make sure you speak everything. Even if it's shameful, speak it. You understand? Let the truth out. Let people see the truth. You understand? But never be ashamed about anything you've done. You understand? We've all made mistakes. You understand? So what if you masturbated to people? So what? I've done it too in my life. You understand? Does it make us a bad individual? No. The thing is, everybody is experiencing something in life. You understand? Everyone's made mistakes. Does it mean you keep making the mistakes? No. You learn from it. You learn from mistakes. You grow yourself with everything that you are. You have to realize, to do something that is going to help you, help yourself to give information. You understand? The more you give information to other people, the more you realize who you need to be. Because those people who are not giving information to other people are the people who are going to lose in life. You understand? You have to realize, yes, it's nice to get a certificate from your employer saying you're a good worker at the 9 to 5. You understand? But that's not going to make you a house. That's not going to make you a girlfriend. That's not going to make you kids. That's not going to make you a life. You understand? Their recognition is not going to make you alive. You understand? You have to realize what makes your life is you. You understand? You have to realize all you need is your own recognition. You don't need other people's recognition for anything. You understand? You just need you to give information to people. And when you start giving information to people and people vibe with it, they start giving you money. You understand? They start giving you lots of money. How much you want to live. People will give you money and you'll go around the world traveling everywhere, speaking this content to people, and they'll enjoy it, and they'll love you for it, because they love your persona. They love what you came here to do. They want to be more like you. They want to enjoy you. They want to enjoy you. In a sense, so the thing is, you have to realize you have to make it come true. You have to make everything come true for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because the way you're living now is not the way to live. The way I'm living now is not the way to live. That's why there's always something better that I can do. There's always a better way to live. There's always a better way to do things. There's always a better way to understand. You understand? I'm much better than yesterday. I'm much better now than I was before. You know what I'm saying? I have more experiences. I have more things that I've done in my life. I've went through different paths in my life. And you have to realize now I've found myself in ways that I can express myself. I can do stuff with my content. I can help myself to become that individual that I need to be. And I have it in the power of my own words. You understand that? And many people don't have that. Many people don't have the power of words in their life. You understand? I realize there are many people out there who rather do something else than speak words. All I rather do in my life is speak words. I want to do nothing else but speak words. You understand? I realize because when I speak a lot of words in the planet, I make better common sense about everything I want to do. I see my path. I see the path I'm going on, and I realize there's so much to do. There's so much work in life. So I'm always working. I'm always trying to work. I'm always trying to give as much as possible so that I can help myself to succeed and so that I can do a better job for myself and humanity. That's my responsibility. I have a massive responsibility. You know what I'm saying? I'm always increasing my responsibility as much as possible so that I can coach my kids, so that I can coach everything much more, to just do better, to have more, to realize more, to understand more ideas, to understand exactly where people can go and what people can do with their life. That you can talk about life. You understand? Yes, I'm a life coach at 31 years of age. So what? I realize I have a perspective, I showcase it, and I talk about it. I talk about life. I talk about life. This is all life. This whole audio program has been life. You understand? That's all it is. It's just a niche. But that's how it is. That's my niche. You understand? This whole audio program has been about you, to help you, to coach you, to help you to figure things out so that you can understand your path, so you can understand exactly what you need to do about your life, to help give you some ideas so that you can help yourself to succeed. And that's what this program is about. You understand? That's what all my programs are about. Each program I talk about, inside of those programs, I talk about differently. Each program is different. Talks about something different around life. In a sense, so there's always more to talk about, and there's always a different way to talk. In a sense, so you have to understand, that's why when you're living a great life, when you're showcasing a perspective, and when you're talking about something, it works out when you talk about it. Because if you don't talk about it, you'll never know. That's why I'm always showcasing my work. I'm always doing a lot of work on social media. Regardless of those people. You understand? I'm doing it for an idea. I'm doing it for an image. I'm doing it to help people. You understand? And that's how I understand my life. That's how I understand exactly how I became this individual. And how I put all this work into it. You understand? But I feel accomplished because of it. I feel I've done something in the world. I feel I became a better person. I feel I understood life in some kind of way. You understand? Because I've done all this content. And because I've done all this content, I made so much common sense around life. And there's so much work to do. But the thing is that I'm so glad I've done all that. Because I understood much more. I understand much more about life now. So if you guys have enjoyed this audio program, please share it with your friends. Share it with your mother. Share it with your dad. Share it with your brother and sister. Share it with your cousins. Please share it around and show people what you are made of.